Spain's borrowing costs rose to a euro-era high on Tuesday, just 10 days after a €100 billion bailout of the country's banks. Yields on the country's 10-year bonds have been trading above 7%. That's the level that many considered unsustainable and that saw Greece, Ireland and Portugal require a full international financial rescue. Fears are now growing that Spain might be next in line. Professor of economics Alfredo Pastor, a former Secretary of State for Economics in the Spanish Ministry of Finance in the 1990s, says that the bailout of Spain's banks has failed to improve things substantially.
It would have been better, certainly, if the ECB had lent them more money, private money, not sovereign. Because what we have done has been to nationalize potentially 100 billion euros of banking losses. Then it will turn out that the recapitalization that the banks need is not the 100 billion, but probably less than that. But the damage is done. It will take time to repair it.
Professor Pastor's time in government office came the last time Spain was in serious economic troubles. He says there is hope for the current Spanish government and also for the entire Eurozone. The solution will have to be Eurobonds.
The government is partly right. That is, they have done quite a few things, and they have taken measures which are unpopular, and our unemployment has risen enormously, and that is unpopular. So they are running risks. And they complain that from the outside, the risks that they have taken are not acknowledged. And of course, the effect of these measures is going to take time. But until the entire Eurozone debt is backed by the resources of the Eurozone, the problem is not going to be solved.
Professor Pastor says the victory for the pro-rescue centre-right New Democracy Party in the Greek elections earlier this week is good news for the Eurozone. But Greece and Spain face very different problems.
Well, you cannot expect Greece to gain any amount of competitiveness in the short run. So in order to be inside the euro, it will need assistance as one of the Eurozone's poor regions for a while, not indefinitely, but certainly for a while. That you can do with Greece, and you need to do that with Greece. With Spain, you cannot do it because Spain is too large, and you don't need to do it because Spain is not a poor country. And also, we probably need some kind of an arrangement between private debtors and private creditors, to be honest about it. Because, you see, the problem with bubbles is that they leave a mountain of debt, and that cannot be repaid from the assets that are behind the bubble, because otherwise there would be a bubble.
For Professor Pastor, what is needed is a private debt restructuring in Spain's banking sector. He also says that implementing a European banking union is vital.
We have to have a unified banking supervisor if we want to avoid future crises like that. And I think that should not be that hard, because national supervisors exist already. So to put their knowledge together should not be that hard.
The next European Council summit is less than 10 days away. With Spain's bond yields as high as they are now, that may be all the time Europe has to find new solutions. Martin Sandbu, Financial Times.